right, 4-1 day yesterday here at the MLB Best Bets. The damn Marlins couldn't come through because they blew a 5-run lead, but it's okay. 4-1 day yesterday, looking to build upon that today here on this Friday, August 8th. MLB slate, not April. I believe I said April yesterday. Yeah, it's August. Again, we've got all 30 teams playing today, so a lot of games to choose from, and an absolute barn burner of a series that is starting in San Francisco, California today between the Washington Nationals and the San Francisco Giants. I am more than ecstatic to talk about that at the end of the video. Before we get into it, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Oh, how could I forget the unctions tonight? Max Scherzer, Clayton Kershaw. Oh, yeah, we're talking about that game too. That scenes. I will be watching Jake Irvin versus Kai Wang Tang, though, in SF. Anyways, again, 5 best bets here for the MLB. Make sure to go check out Greedo Plays MMA this week. Our Delidze versus Hernandez full card predictions. Also, we've got best bets for that card, and we've got our PFL Africa predictions as well. Patrick Ochime and Mohamed Kamara in the main event for PFL over in Johannesburg. So go make sure to check out all those videos on Greedo Plays MMA. They're all linked in the description down below. Go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA. As we get on to the first of our 5 best bets, kicking things off with a money line bet. Give me the Houston Astros to go to New York and beat the Yankees. The Yankees aren't good. Okay, you got Yankees fans freaking out on Twitter and on the internet for good reason. All right, you should be freaking out right now if you're a Yankees fan. I don't know if they are going to get caught in the American League wild card race. They have a game and a half up both the Cleveland Guardians and the Texas Rangers, but the Yankees just lost their last series in Texas against those Rangers. So the Astros come into town today, and I think it's an absolutely perfect spot for the Astros. New York did win their last game 3-2, but prior to that, they had lost 5 consecutive games, getting swept in Miami against the Marlins, and losing the first 2 games in that series at Globe Life in Arlington against the Rangers. And now, okay, they start off this new series. Both these teams had off days yesterday, and now Hunter Brown is pitching today for the Astros. Oh. Hunter Brown with his 2.47 ERA is walking into the Bronx. Hunter Brown in his last 12 innings has given up 2 runs and 8 hits. He has been lights out recently for the Astros after he struggled a little bit in late June and early, actually no, it's just really July. He struggled. He had a great month of June. It seems to me like Hunter Brown is getting back on the right track, last start at Fenway Park. His team ultimately took the L 2-1 in extra innings, but again, that was of no fault of Brown as he went 7 innings of 4-hit and 1-run baseball. And look at the way the New York Yankees are hitting right now. I don't care they won their last game 3-2. Again, the hits have been few and far in between right now for this Yankees lineup, and obviously, right, Aaron Judge batting .340 in there. He's back in the lineup, but I still don't like the Yankees all that much, even with Judge in the lineup. Because again, and when you take away Judge, obviously, and obviously Judge's back in the lineup now, but with Judge out, they were so horrible. Now, even with Judge in, it's just like, look at the lineup. It's still not great. Again, Aaron Judge, he gives them a fighting chance in every game they play. But Trent Grisham bats leadoff, who will have his moments. But then you get, Ben Rice in the 2 spot, or a Paul Goldschmidt there, Cody Bellinger, Jazz Chisholm, Jason Dominguez, Anthony Volpe has been the center of a lot of talk. I mean, it's not that great of a squad. And yes, the alarms should be ringing right now in New York, and they didn't make the biggest moves, obviously, at the trade deadline. So it's just, what are the Yankees doing? They're just going to, end up in a wild card spot, probably lose in 3 games in the first round of that wild card round, right? And that's that. Right? I mean, as of now, they are not on track to host a wild card series in the Bronx. If it started right now, they would play Houston, I believe. Yeah, they would go to Houston and play a 3-game set. Guys, do you believe the Yankees could go into Houston and win a 3-game series right now? No. I would probably take the Astros in 3 games. And that's the matchup we get today. Again, Hunter Brown would likely get the ball in game number 1 for Houston. Probably game 2, they probably still give the ball to Valdez in game 1. But again, Hunter Brown is having one of the best seasons in Major League Baseball out of any pitcher right now. And the Yankees lineup is ice cold. Houston, I have been given I don't know how to put it. I'm more confident with the lineup and with the team after now this Marlins series. I know they lost the last game, and we had Marlins money line in that last Astros-Marlins game for good reason. Arrighetti was pitching for Houston, and Miami really took advantage of that. But when Houston's given a really good starting pitcher on the bump, they're good because their team's going to get them run support. Right? That lineup is going to produce. You look at guys like Carlos Correa, who's really contributed so far after rejoining the Astros. Jose Altuve is having another really good season. Jeremy Pena has been spectacular. Jesus Sanchez really figuring it out right now as a member of the Astros. Christian Walker slowly but surely getting a hold of baseballs as well. it's a team that is getting better. And right, you add Yordan Alvarez to the fold pretty soon, whenever he's going to rejoin, but obviously before the postseason, it makes the Astros difficult to get in the playoffs like they always are. There's a reason they were in the ALCS for, it felt like a decade straight. It's just that's what they do. They win, they win, and they win in the postseason. And I think they will beat the Yankees today. It's a combination of, okay, I believe the Astros lineup is hitting better right now. The Yankees are cold. Hunter Brown is pitching for the Astros. And, Cam Schiltler is pitching for the New York Yankees with his 4.58 ERA, which isn't horrible, but again, this is a guy who's only made 4 starts this season. Last start in Miami against the Marlins, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Start before that against the Rays, 4 1/3, 7 hits, 3 runs. The Astros should be able to take advantage of this. They have the much better pitcher on the mound, and I understand they got to play in Mickey Mouse Yankee Stadium with 306-foot home runs into straightaway right field. I get that. I just think the Astros can take advantage of it tonight with a bad pitcher on the bump, and I think Hunter Brown is going to be shut down against the Yankees. And yes, that includes a guy like Aaron Judge in the lineup. I believe Brown's going to be great. I don't know what Schiltler's going to be. I don't think it's going to be anything impressive. And I believe the Houston Astros are going to go to the Bronx and win this game on Apple TV. Who has Apple TV? Anyways, give me the Astros to win the baseball game. -120 on the money line in the road on the Bronx. On the Bronx? On the road in the Bronx. Ooh, my goodness, English. Next up, best player prop of the day. We're taking Trey Turner. Over 1.5 total bags. On the road, the Phillies are in Globe Life against the Rangers. Starting pitcher today for Texas is going to be Merrill Kelly. This is his second start as a member of the Rangers. His last one was great against the Seattle Mariners. Did a job, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Merrill Kelly was really effective. The reason I'm taking Trey Turner is just the historic matchup between these two guys. I look at every guy on the Philadelphia Phillies roster that has taken at-bats against Merrill Kelly. Trey Turner has the highest average out of any Philly, in terms of batting average, of course, against Merrill Kelly, except actually for one guy. Matt Strom's actually 1 for 2 all-time against Merrill Kelly. How did Matt Strom get 2 appearances at the plate against Kelly, and how did he get a hit against him? That's crazy. Anyways, out of all qualified batters and just hitters in general, Trey Turner has the best average out of any Philadelphia Philly against Merrill Kelly, and that includes Bryce Harper, who is 2 for 12 all-time against Merrill Kelly, Nick Castellanos, who's 1 for 11, and Kyle Schwarber, who's 4 for 15. Trey Turner is 12 for 30 all-time against Merrill Kelly, and obviously there's some overlap in the National League West with the Dodgers and the D-backs, obviously Trey being a former Dodger, Kelly being a former Diamondback. But history has shown us Trey Turner has hit the ball really well against Merrill Kelly. Again, if you're batting 400 against anybody over 30 at-bats, that is something to be proud of, and that is something to obviously look at. So Trey in 30 at-bats, right? 12 hits, 5 walks as well, but 12 for 30 all-time against Merrill Kelly, 3 doubles and a home run. I'm expecting 2 singles out of Trey Turner tonight against Kelly. And obviously, right, there is a potential for the bullpen too. We are strictly looking at this from the perspective of, okay, we get Trey Turner versus, Merrill Kelly, but look at the bullpen out of Texas. They have guys, don't get me wrong. I feel like every time I watch Robert Garcia now, obviously the former National out of Manteca, California, now a Texas Ranger, he was involved in the Nathaniel Lowe trade. I will be talking about Nathaniel Lowe later in the video because he just pisses me off. But that's a guy right now, Robert Garcia, who's not finding any success. Leaving balls in the center, over the center of the plate. That's a lefty-righty matchup for Trey Turner. I'm not telling you, again, we're going to have to rely on that spot, but there are going to be opportunities later in the game if Trey is not able to capitalize on the over 1.5 total bags on strictly just Merrill Kelly. Again, I don't think it's going to get to that point. We're going to have to rely on the bullpen. And, let's hope we see Robert Garcia. I do think Trey Turner is going to get 2 base knocks against Kelly, who's having a good season, don't get me wrong, right? Unk's been great this season for Arizona, now Texas. Kelly with a 3.22 ERA. He's, in the top 30 in strikeouts in all of baseball, 1.04 whip, which is 12th out of all qualified starting pitchers in the game this year. But Trey's still an elite hitter. I don't need to tell you that. Trey Turner batting .285 this year. This is a guy who can produce, right? He was a home run away from a cycle in his last game on Wednesday against the Orioles in a series where Philly won the first 2 games against Baltimore and then lost that matinee game with Rogers and Suarez on the bump. But, right, Trey had an opportunity in the 9th inning where he had a double, had a triple, had a single earlier in the game, and had an opportunity in the 9th inning to get his, 3rd or 4th career triple. Career cycle. He had 2 at the Nats. Did he have a 3rd? Anyways, Trey's done it before. Ultimately, he could not get that home run against Baltimore on Wednesday, but this is still a guy who is more than capable of getting extra base knocks in games and just multiple base hits in general. And I think, again, Trey Turner struggled early in the month of August, really struggled, had one hit in the entire Tigers series, went 0 in the Monday game against the Orioles, in which Philly ended up scoring 13 runs. Last 2 games, he's been better, albeit only one hit on Tuesday against the Orioles, but really it's that game on Wednesday that gives us a lot of optimism today out of Trey Turner, right? 3 for 4 in that Wednesday game against the O's. Double, triple, single, 6 total bags for Trey Turner in that game. I'm only looking for 2 this time around, and I do believe he's going to be able to do it. I was considering Kyle Schwarber today because Kyle Schwarber feels like he's, it's a 50-50 every game if Kyle Schwarber is going to go yard or not. He is the National League MVP. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I know I'm going to bat here for a Philly, but, former National, cut me some slack. Anyways, I think Turner's going to be fine in the spot against Merrill Kelly. If anybody is going to see success today off of Kelly, it's going to be Trey. I believe the Phillies are heating up. I know they lost that last game against Baltimore, but this is just a lineup in general that feels like they're gearing up for the postseason, with the playoffs only being less than 2 months away. I do believe Trey Turner, who is at the top of this lineup every single day, needs to get things going for the squad today, and I believe he's going to have multiple hits. It's going to be Trey Turner on the over 1.5 total bases in Texas against Merrill Kelly and the Rangers. We move on to our third best bet of the video. Let's go to our Nerfy of the day. Let's go to American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for the New York Mets and the Milwaukee Brewers. This one does feel kind of like a no-brainer. I will tell you the much more difficult part of this Nerfy 100% is with Kodai Senga versus the Milwaukee Brewers, just because of the way the Brewers are hitting right now. The winning streak the Brewers are on now, 6 games. This is a team who was the first in all of Major League Baseball to 70 wins here in 2025, and obviously they have the best record in baseball currently. The Brewers are on fire. Now, let's get the easier part of the Nerfy out of the way. That's going to be Brandon Woodruff versus the New York Metropolitans. The Metropolitans, guys, have been losers in 8 out of their last 9 games dating back to that Padres series. They get swept in San Diego, they lose 2 of 3 at home against those lowly San Francisco Giants, and they just got swept by the Cleveland Guardians. Obviously, Gavin Williams on the Wednesday game took a no-hitter into the 9th inning before Juan Soto took him deep with 1 out in the 9th. It's just a Mets team that is struggling. Right? I mean, Gavin Williams, who's a good pitcher, don't get me wrong, but Gavin Williams is taking no hitters into the 9th inning against you. And ultimately, right, Soto gets his hit. The guards in general give up 1 hit that entire game to New York. Nothing. The Mets are not able to do anything post that Soto home run. They just a team that is struggling at the dish. And it all starts with the top of the lineup. Guys, Pete Alonso he was great to start the season, right? We talked about the first couple months of the year for Pete Alonso. He was batting in the high 310s. We're talking about his value being at an all-time high, and the fact that he has the contract with the opt-outs now makes all the sense in the world because he's going to get paid now. And he's still going to get paid in the offseason, but Alonso's average is now down to the 260s, which is still good, but it wasn't the career season we thought Pete Alonso was having to kick off the year. Lindor and Soto have identical batting averages. They're both batting sub 250 right now. They're both at 249, which, if you're going to be a serious contender, you can't have that. And then, all of a sudden, past those guys, the lineup gets pretty weak. Nimmo, I'm not sold on Brandon Nimmo being a legit guy in this lineup. Vientos, at least Brandon Nimmo being a guy who's going to bat in the top 4. That's just, you're not a serious team for me if that's what you're doing, He's going to draw walks, I'll give him that, and he'll do a stupid sprint to first base as well. Jeff McNeil, Vientos, Mullins. I know we're getting now past the Nerfy category, but just in general, this lineup, my goodness, Francisco Alvarez, I think will give you good. ABs. I love Mauricio as well. He should be playing over Brett Beatty, in my opinion. But anyways, in terms of the Nerfy, you get Brandon Woodruff, who has been lights out post comeback this season. His last start, albeit against the Washington Nationals, he went 6 innings, 1 hit, and ultimately gave up 2 runs. That was, I believe, the RH3 home run, I think, right? Yes, it was the Robert Hassel 2-run bomb. But Woodruff's been extremely great. I mean, he's really limited the damage this season. In 22 1/3 innings so far in 2025 for Brandon Woodruff, he's given up 13 hits and 5 runs. That's really solid. That's really damn good. ERA is 2.22, with the exception of 1 bad pitch on last Saturday against Robert Hassel III. Brandon Woodruff would have got out of there maybe 7 innings of unscathed baseball, just to get an RH3 timed one. Ultimately, the Brewers won that game 8-2, and Woodruff's just been extremely effective for this team. I mean, it doesn't mean anything for our Nerfy today, but the Brewers are 5-0 this year in Brandon Woodruff starts. And I don't think anything changes in the first inning. Lindor, I haven't seen it out of Lindor in weeks. And ultimately, right, the Mets have been losing because their top guys aren't contributing. I mean, you're paying all of them boatloads of money in Lindor, Soto, and Alonso, especially Soto, but you're paying them boatloads of money, and if none of them are producing, well, that's not winning baseball. And I don't think that changes, at least against Brandon Woodruff in the first inning. I think all three of those guys continue to slump, and I believe Woodruff's going to get out of there pretty easily in the first inning, and if it gets past those guys, oh, am I scared of Brandon Nimmo? The most he's going to do is walk, and then what? Am I scared of Jeff McNeil or Mark Vientos? Simply put, I'm not. So I think Brandon Woodruff's going to be all right. Flip side of that is Kodai Senga versus the Brewers. This is the scarier part because of what Milwaukee is right now. A 70-win club. Andrew Vaughn is on the biggest Linsanity run of all time. He's batting .380 now as a member of the Milwaukee Brewers. However, Vaughn's in the 5 spot. So there's a chance Senga gets away with not having to see Vaughn in the first inning. Probably Frelick Contreras, Isaiah Collins, and probably then Christian Yelich in the 4 spot. Isaac Collins. I call him Isaiah? Yeah, Isaac Collins. My problem with Senga is the control, because he's been walking a crap ton of guys this season, especially in the last 2 that he pitched against the San Francisco Giants, was really just working around that strike zone. His last start against the Giants wasn't great. 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. The Sunday Night Baseball start that he had against San Francisco as well in SF wasn't great. 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. And again, those 5 walks. It's 1 inning, dude. It's 1 inning. I think Senga can be productive for us in that 1 inning. Ultimately, I fully believe the Milwaukee Brewers are winning the baseball game just because look at the way they're playing compared to how the Mets are playing, and I would take Woodruff in a 1-game situation over Kodai Senga at this point. But we just need both these guys to come through for us in the first inning, and I think they both will. Minus 130 for the Nerfy here at American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Brandon Woodruff and Kodai Senga are going to go out there and get us the 6 outs. Minus 130 is the line for that. Let's move on now to our 4th best bet of the video. We move to our second money line of the day. Let's go to Chavez Ravine in Los Angeles, California. The Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Give me the Blue Jays. I'm pumped for this game. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to watch of this game because, again, I will be watching Jake Irvin versus Kai Wang Tang in San Francisco tonight. But this is fun. Max Scherzer, Clayton Kershaw potentially for the last time. I'd be surprised if it happens again because I don't think Kershaw is coming back after this season. And I doubt we see these 2 guys squaring off in the World Series. Maybe. I doubt it, though. Scherzer, I could see definitely pitching in the World Series just because the Blue Jays don't have that type of depth. I know Kershaw's having a good year, but yeah, once the Dodgers get all their guys back for the playoffs, I can't imagine Kershaw being in that rotation. Even though he's been good, Kershaw, if anything, will be in the bullpen, I think, in the playoffs. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe we end up seeing Scherzer versus Kershaw in, Game 4 of the World Series. Wouldn't that be something? Probably not. And are the Blue Jays really going to the World Series? Wouldn't count on it. Neither would I with the Dodgers, for that matter. That's a story for another day. I'm taking the Blue Jays to beat the Dodgers. Yeah, actually, no. The Dodgers, this is going to be a hot take. The Dodgers making the World Series is, I believe, tougher than the Blue Jays making the World Series. Way tougher. Dodgers got to deal with Padres, Brewers, and Phils. The Blue Jays, they got what? They got the Tigers. They got, I guess, the Red Sox, maybe. The Mariners, I think, can be trouble in the playoffs. That's it. Houston. I definitely got to say Houston's in that category as well. But that's not the name of the game here. The name of the game for this is just Blue Jays money line at plus money. Guys, Max Scherzer will be able to hang. All right. If I know anything about Max Scherzer is that's in big time moments, Max Scherzer shows up. Okay. I know damn well Max Scherzer has had this start circled in the calendar for quite a bit now. He's a psycho. Okay. And I don't mean that in a rude or mean way. I mean, we all, when Max was still in DC, we, appreciated Scherzer for being a psychopath. Mad Max, obviously. I don't know if Blue Jays fans call him Mad Max, but we did in DC. Oh, I miss actually when we had culture in the nation's capital. Oh, I miss it. But Scherzer has progressively been better as the season has gone on. Look at his last 2 starts. The best 2 starts he's had all season long. In Detroit against the Tigers. Again, that is Blue Jays versus Detroit, 2 top teams in the American League. Detroit wins the game 10-4. What does Max Scherzer, though, do? He goes 7 innings in that game, gives up 3 hits and 3 runs. You'll take that out of your 41-year-old starter. And then his last start against the Kansas City Royals last Saturday. Best start of the season so far, and the best start as a member of the Blue Jays for Scherzer. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. You're going to take that at a max. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, he's facing the Dodgers. Don't care. Dodgers lineup isn't good. Okay? It's not. There's 3 guys right now that are hitting the ball kind of well. It's Shohei, which I gotta be honest, Shohei's amazing. Schwarber's still the MVP, but Shohei's great. Still concerned about Freddie Freeman. I'm always concerned about Freddie Freeman and Will Smith. Pages' Linsanity run's kind of over, kind of. Teoscar, not concerned. Mookie's been horrible this season. He's a .235 hitter. Have fun with the contract, Dodgers. The rest of the team's not very good. I think Alex Call, by the way, should be playing every single day for Los Angeles, but I think they're content on platooning him and Michael Conforto, which is stupid. It's really dumb. Alex Call should be playing every single day for you, Los Angeles. I don't know why he's not. Anyway, he's a better fielder than Conforto. He's a better hitter than Conforto. What are you doing? I don't know. Scherzer's going to walk down this lineup, okay? He's going to. He's a psychopath. He's been on the Dodgers before. He's just the ultimate competitor. Clayton Kershaw, I'm not going to call him the ultimate competitor because that's Max Scherzer, And Kershaw doesn't always rise to the occasion like Max does. And Kershaw's coming off a really good start. Against the Rays, though. The Rays go through their huge slumps. 6 innings, 5 hits, 0 runs last Friday in Tampa. I'll give Unk credit. I mean, it's Unk versus Unk. How is Kershaw 4 years younger than Max? That's crazy. I guess he is. I don't know. Kershaw does not look like he's that much younger than Scherzer. 2 Unks going at it, right? Two Unks going at it today. Combined age is 77. 78. My goodness. Which is crazy. But I just think, look at the Blue Jays lineup, man. The Blue Jays lineup, I like the Blue Jays lineup better than I do Dodgers. I do. And I'm not going to put too much into, they put 20 runs on the Rockies. That's amazing. It is the Rockies pitching staff, and it is at Coors Field. But that does establish here, I will give them credit for this. It establishes the fact that, this lineup is for real. Because I don't care how bad the Rockies are. I mean, you got to be something to put up 20 runs on them. Vlad's hitting the ball really well. Ernie Clement's hitting the ball really well. Bo Bichette obviously leads Major League Baseball in hits right now. It's a great lineup. It's a really good lineup. And it's a lineup that didn't improve at the deadline. That's what a lot of people are hesitant with the Blue Jays for, or about the Blue Jays for the playoffs. I get that. It's a 1-game spot here. It's a big-time game, Friday Night Baseball. Kershaw, Scherzer potentially for the last time. Yeah, I believe Max Scherzer is going to rise to that occasion. I think he's going to give us 7 good innings. I think the Blue Jays are going to beat the Dodgers here. Dodgers lineup not going to show up against Scherzer. Blue Jays lineup will 100% mash Clayton Kershaw tonight. Give me the Jays on the road in Los Angeles, plus 120 for Toronto. We move on to our final best bet of the video. We move to our Washington Nationals best bet of the day. Hear me out. Washington Nationals money line. There's no odds for this game yet. As of 2 o'clock in the morning, so this video is going out in 3 hours, there are no odds for Nationals versus Giants. And am I picking Nationals money line just because I'm going to the game? No, actually. There is legitimate reason why I'm going Nats money line today. The Giants suck. I don't care. Oh, they won a series in Pittsburgh. That doesn't move me. They beat the Mets. The Mets suck, okay? It does not move me at all. And yes, the Nationals have been losers in 8 out their last 9, something like that. It's horrible. I get it. Hear me out. Hear me out. Nationals Giants this weekend has to be the worst series of Major League Baseball ever. And I don't mean that from a standpoint of, both the teams aren't good. Well, they're not good. But hear me out here. I don't know what this is going to be. Because out tonight, the starting pitchers are Jake Irvin and Kai Wang Tang. I believe Tang's just an opener for the Giants. But both these guys have high ERAs, which is fair, so you'd expect a lot of runs. But I don't know what to expect because I just think we're going to get abysmal hitting. Even though both these pitchers have horrible ERAs, well, look at both of these lineups. The Nats can't hit anything right now, and the Giants are the Giants. They're god-awful at the plate. So what are we going to get at a pitcher's park, obviously, at Oracle? I mean, this is going to be a shit show in the best way. I'm excited to attend all 3 of these games because I don't know what to expect. Either the Nats finally wake up and get some hits and get some runs against the Giants and against Kai Wang Tang, and I believe Justin Verlander's pitching on Sunday, or they just get shut down by the Giants, and at the same time, we finally see some success out the Nationals pitching staff. Because for as bad as Jake Irvin's been this season, I actually believe he's going to do fairly well tonight. I mean, I watch the Giants quite a bit, and I'm never impressed by their bats. I mean, it's crazy that Dominic Smith is legitimately one of their best hitters, which goes to show how horrible the Giants are offensively. Rafael Devers has not been good so far as a Giant. Elliot Ramos, I will always say, is a very consistent bat for them. He's great. Adames and Chapman are too unreliable. Jung-Hoo Lee had his Lin Sanity run to start the season. He has not been great. I know he had a big hit in Pittsburgh the other day. It's just not a good team. And I know, again, my team bats Riley Adams in the 5 spot. So I'm not trying to tell you that the Nationals are any better. I mean, yes, the Giants are definitely the better team out the two. I just think this is going to be a shit show. And again, I think for what it's worth, it's actually a great opportunity for the Nationals to go out there and win 2 of 3 games, and it actually starts tonight. The Nats also, gotta say it, the Nats always play well on the West Coast. I don't know what it is with this team. They are a good team on the West Coast, especially in the state of California. Look what they did against the Angels this season. They played the Dodgers really tight. I know they lost that series, but the Nats are a good California team. Historically, have always played well in Oakland, not last year, but, this is a good team in Cali. Let's see it, I know they've been losers. They've been big losers. I'm telling you, this is a great opportunity to get some value because the Giants aren't good. And Kai Wang Tang, what? He's an opener. I know he's an opener, but 13.5 ERA this season. It's only 1 start. The righty out of Taichung, Taiwan, pitched 1 game so far this year at Citi Field against the Mets. 3 1/3, 4 hits, 5 runs. Yeah. Now, who knows what the Nats do? Who knows? Because again, we have Riley Adams batting 5th every single day, and we bat Paul DeJong 3rd. Well, he better not be batting 3rd tonight. I'm not going to that game to watch Paul DeJong bat 3rd. Not doing it. Well, I will, but I mean, you get my point. I'm gonna be disappointed. I'll have my Jacob Young jersey on. Yeah, I think the Nats, if they're ever going to break out of this horrendous slump, it's going to be tonight. It's going to be. It all starts, I'm so serious, it starts with the first inning. I need CJ Abrams to get on with leadoff double. I need it. And I need James Wood to snap out of it. Okay? This is the best opportunity we're going to get for Nationals money line. Again, I have not gone Nationals money line in a very long time because I know how horrible this team is. I picked the A's to beat them yesterday, and that worked, obviously. The Nats got shut out. They are so due. They are extremely due. And hopefully, the trip all the way out to the West Coast does something. I'm also expecting a Josh Bell home run today. So, I'm expecting a Josh Bell home run. I'm expecting Abrams to get going and Luis Garcia. So, I'm not even expecting James Wood. But I do believe the Nationals do put it on tonight. I don't even want to talk about Nathaniel Lowe because it's just going to make me angry too. So, he gets a pass for today. But the guy sucks. And there's really nothing else to say about it. But yes, I'm taking the Washington Nationals to win today. I don't know what the odds are yet because I think Vegas is still determining because they don't really know who's starting for the Giants. It's supposed to be Kai Wang Tang, but we don't really know for sure yet. I don't care who's starting for the Giants. It's not going to be one of their elite guys. If it's a bullpen game, it's a bullpen game. I am scared of Randy Rodriguez, and that's it at the Giants bullpen. Ryan Walker, the Nats hit Ryan Walker really well this season in D.C. Only guy I'm ever concerned about the Giants pen is Rodriguez. We'll be okay. I'm taking the Nationals, whatever it is today, plus money. Give me the NATS. Nats, Nats, Nats. Folks, thank y'all for watching our MLB Best Bets here for August 8th. If you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.